live, riding from the 509. It's your boy, your favorite host, special edition emergency Wednesday show. I'm joined, as always, by the capital G himself, little S big G. What up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
I don't know. Just we're working into the week, I guess. Halfway done.
Yeah, hump day. Shout out to Wednesdays.
What are we doing today? We're gonna do XFL, and we're gonna congratulate ourselves with firm handshakes basically over every game. And then we will do what's happening in the NBA.
Playoffs are happening.
Who's hurt and why Jimmy Butler is playoff J.
He is him.
So I got a bunch of thoughts on that. Do a little hockey talk where we'll put our hand up and admit to things that we know nothing about. Close out. Little baseball. Disappointments. And shining stars.
Yes, and we will actually have an update on where is Bill Goldberg.
Yeah. Hey, don't forget, leave us a comment on what old person you want an update on next.
Doesn't have to be WWE.
No,
It could be any old person.
Just someone over the age of 50. Where are they now?
It could be the old guy that lives down the street from you.
I'm not going to have much information on that, but
I'll find him.
Yeah, so pretty good weekend. I love this time of the year. It's straight up sports time all time.
Sports, and more sports.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to
trucks and more trucks.
Shout out to Jay. I want to just put it out there right now before we start talking about the XFL. We are the trusted premier source for all XFL news. That Tommy guy.
Tommy. I learned his name. Rivalry back on.
We're coming for you.
He disappeared for a while. We didn't. Never forget.
We stay on the XFL.
And also, man, feels bad. We did try to reach out and say, hey, you want to talk? He might not even see the message. It straight up might have gone to his trash, which I would be fine with. But we did try to reach out. Quick update. This is day 3 of not receiving news back.
Yeah. What's his last name? Tommy.
What is it? Twitter handle, real Tommy Morris. There's a lot of promo we're giving him, but we got big time by a guy with 1,000 followers.
That's 1,000 more than we got.
Find us on Twitter at the Sunday Scaries 22.
Oh yeah.
Also feel free to, we just got to get through this initial minutia. But we need some likes, comments, subscriptions on the YouTube, and follow along on whatever pod platform you're choosing to listen on. They're all equal in my eyes.
Tell all your friends.
Tell your friends to tell a friend.
Hell yeah.
If we get to 25 subscribers on YouTube, we'll drop a shirt. We'll do a t-shirt.
We will.
I already have an idea for it. It'll be good.
Hell yeah.
Let's get into the XFL. We've wasted enough of their time. I feel like I wasted my own time there, but
that's okay. Self-promo is important.
Game 1. And I will say this, the XFL, ESPN, your local newspaper all did a terrible job of explaining that the Battlehawks were basically screwed and we're not going to make the playoffs if the Dragons won. I think even the Battlehawks thought if they scored enough points, they would be in. And they sure did.
Yeah, A.J. McCarron had the game of his life, which I guess, last game of the season, why not? Go crazy.
420, just blaze.
It's 420 yards, 6 tutties, huge. How many fumbles? I don't know.
It's the fumble league is dead. They figured it out 7 weeks in that if you don't fumble the ball, the game's better.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought? But you know what? What do you do when you're the Guardians and you are well known to be the worst team I've ever seen take a football field.
Entertaining, accusing your backup quarterback of tipping plays, then having to have him be your starter to say sorry. Fake punts galore.
Imagine getting fired and then having The Rock say, "No, you actually can't be fired."
I mean,
That's pretty good.
shout out to The Rock, huh?
Well, let's not get crazy. And not until he apologizes for his Shazam antics.
That's true.
And then we can discuss, okay? But until then, Stone Cold for life, bitch.
And the apology has to come to us specifically.
Yeah. You know what else I did today? And I thought this was great. And again, I have tweeted the XFL more than I would care to admit to, but the voting is opening up for fan vote for the XFL Player of the Year.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing fan. Cool.
That's the name of the award, XFL Player of the Year. I said, just I'm letting you have it. Call him the XVP. That's crazy. That's a cool award. And you give him like an X Games style trophy.
Just a big X.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or like a DMX in memoriam trophy with
the DMX XVP.
Yes.
And you
X don't give it to you.
You press a button and X go on the thing. Oh man, we got to call somebody.
Dude, that's a pretty good idea if I'm being completely honest with you.
Okay, next DM that we drop on Twitter's got to be to either The Rock or the XFL page.
I agree.
And you need to spit that knowledge on them.
That's such a good trophy. Are you kidding me?
That's beautiful.
It could be presented by his family every year. And then they could do a hologram concert.
That would be
And
glorious.
I would watch it every year.
This game, I only really saw the highlights as they were popping in. The fake punt that Orlando had right before halftime, I think, or right after halftime, put them up. And that's pretty exciting. But I mean, you were right. They're the worst team in this league. They ended the worst team in this league. Say something nice about the Guardians. Beat the best team in the league.
Their only win. Good for them.
Pretty cool.
Say something nice about the Guardians. They remind me of the 2008 Rams.
Okay.
And you know what Jeff Fisher said? Hunt, never heard of her. Fake every play for any reason.
Yes.
And they did technically probably have the best first half they've had all year. They got 20 points in the first half. It's really good for them.
Impressive.
Considering that on the season they averaged 20.4 points per game, getting 20 in one half is great. And then they got blown out by, what is that? What did they lose by? 27?
Yeah, 53 points, most points scored by a single team in the season. Again, if you're going to do it, might as well do it on the last game of the season, huh?
Just stomp them. So now the Battlehawks think that they've cleared like a bunch of points and they feel good even if Seattle wins, except for however the tiebreaker was working, Seattle already had such a huge margin of plus points, I guess, because their defense is so much better than St. Louis's. So what did you say? It came down to them having to win and score 7 points.
Yeah, so there was just a lot of confusion. Like you said, ESPN was not explaining it very well. The real stipulation for the Dragons was just win and score more than 7 points, and you pretty much lock it in because of that plus category, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But ESPN was like, you got to score 34, and then
ESPN
you got to
just kept saying crazy numbers.
Do all this, and the Vipers can't score 34, and blah, blah. It was just kind of a crazy.
So good news, Vipers are pretty terrible, and they did exactly what we thought they would do and play terribly. So
one thing that was really kind of rubbing me the wrong way, and is just the St. Louis fans just bitching and moaning and crying. And we talked about it the other day. It's just this kind of stuff happens all the time where deserving teams don't make the playoffs, and it happens in 30 plus team leagues all the time.
Oh yeah.
And granted, we said midway through the season we thought it was going to be league winners and then top 2 records, which it probably should be in an 18 league.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was just another hot fix we had for the league.
Hire us.
But you're right. Until there's 10, 12 teams, you should take what would basically amount to the 4 best teams. That's probably what you should do for on the field product purposes. But imagine if the Renegades go and beat the Roughnecks. Like, that's crazy. That's now a 4-6 team is in the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if this hurts your league or any validity if for no reason the Renegades do win the championship and it's like, well, a 4-6 regular season team won it all. Everyone's equal in this, basically. But I don't know. Shouts out to Orlando. They suck.
Orlando is bad, but fun. Gave us a lot of entertainment throughout the season, so that's great. St. Louis is known for crying and crying some more.
They also didn't disappoint.
And word on the street is we are a sports town, I guess.
People are saying it. I said otherwise and then got called little guy on the internet. So,
oh damn, you got little guy.
Yeah, I got little guy on the internet.
Oh no, you've been having Twitter fingers though the past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
you've been popping into everybody's.
I'm getting a little uppity, but I mean, I'm sure that guy would look into my belly button and tell me little guy.
Ooh.
So I did the only logical thing I could do. I said, all right, take a chill pill, Sasquatch.
Ooh.
Owned. Boom. Roasted.
Nice. I bet he didn't respond back.
Nope. DOA.
He's scared.
DOR. Dead on read.
What else can we say about this game other than it didn't really matter, but shout out to most points scored by one team.
Yeah, shout out. And you know what? Firm handshake says we said the Guardians were going to be the worst team and nailed it.
Baldwin. Nice.
They have probably, I want to say worst head coach, but I don't believe that.
I can't call it.
It's either this guy or Hines Ward.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Consider it.
It's not Hines Ward because at least Hines Ward brings snacks.
Oh, you know what? That's the intangibles we're looking for in a coach.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to these teams not making the playoffs. Fuck you. Should we ring her down?
Yeah.
All right. The Orlando guarding the basement as the worst team in the XFL, confirmed with 28, and the St. Louis crying all the way to the bank Battlehawks,
yeah,
with 53 points, 420 yards. Nice.
Get owned. This next game also excuse me, did not matter at all, except for maybe causing psychological damage going into next week. The Roughnecks played the Renegades, and of course the broadcast for, I don't know how this happened, the 15 minutes of this game I watched, they definitely reiterated twice that they are staying in the same hotel again.
That's funny.
They love that story. And then they also just kept talking about, like, when the score was like 22-9 in the third quarter, they're like, well, the Renegades are obviously not running their best plays because they don't want to give anything away for next week. And I was like, I'm gonna level with you. They're playing about the same they always do. I think you're really trying to make this game interesting for no reason.
Yeah, that might be giving Wade Phillips too much credit, maybe.
What? No, Wade Phillips is the Roughnecks guy.
Oh, you were saying that they were saying the Renegades were not giving things away? Or
yeah. They were saying the Renegades have, like, dummied their offense to a point where they're not going to run any plays that might be able to trick the Roughnecks next week. So all they did was like hand off or short pass left, short pass right.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah. And they
I
had
like that.
a hot mic of Luis Perez saying, "Coach, I didn't want to call this audible because I didn't want them to know next week we could use it." And I'm like, I don't know if you know that you're mic'd up, but this is on national television and free film, brother. You can call the audible. Trust me.
Okay, that's fucking strange.
He explained the play he wanted to run and said, "We'll save it for next week." It's like, dude, someone turned their DVR on and recorded this. Are you crazy? That's it.
That's a wild take.
I know.
I mean, I guess if you're locking in a position and you know you're locking in a playoff, you could potentially do that. But wouldn't you want to kind of throw the Roughnecks off a little bit by trying really hard to beat them and just saying, fuck it, we're pulling out all stops?
Yeah, what if you thump them and, scare them a bit?
Yeah, that would make the following week that much easier.
Get a little momentum in your favor, maybe?
And also, the XFL offenses are not that fucking complicated. If you're worried about tipping plays for the following week, you need to just take a fucking lap. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
I'm not even going to focus too much on that.
So, whoa, that's weird. McDonald had 120 pass yards and their running back Cox had 120 rush yards.
Whoa. Shout out to
not super interesting, I guess, but
symmetry.
Balanced offenses. So this game was extremely boring. The Roughnecks had another pick six. They're very good at defense. They're aggressive defenders. So
that's Wade, man.
I know he knows what he's doing. So my prediction for next week: Roughnecks win by even a larger margin than 16.
Okay, I like that. Just an absolute throttling, maybe.
Yeah, maybe somewhere like 30-10 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe even a 30-point win.
That'd be wild.
Oof. Yeah, I admittedly I didn't watch this game too much. Again, highlights maybe just popped up here and there. Renegades, I mean, making the playoffs under 500, that's always fun, right? So
I like the Roughnecks. I've always said it. That's my team.
No, get it. Oh, whatever. I'm not gonna get into this bullshit.
I've always said it to be true.
How many teams? Let's count the number of teams that our good friend over here has had. You start out as a Vipers guy, then I think you said Brahmas week 2.
I don't remember that. I don't remember either of those two. I've never said I love the Vipers.
You almost said Defenders. I think week 4 you said you wanted to be a Defenders guy, which would have really set me off.
You know what's crazy though? We're gonna win a championship this year somehow.
If you pick the top 4 teams, they're all. You're gonna be.
I am not a Renegades guy. I want that on the record.
I think we already made this joke, but it's a good one to recycle. You're gonna be the Rob Lowe, XFL hat guy.
Yep. Go officials.
Oh, fuck the officials. Actually, you know what? That's a good thing. That I know we're kind of going off a little bit off topic, but the officiating seems to be, even when they like don't seem to know what the fuck they're doing, you kind of expect that.
Sure.
But it seems to be a little bit more streamlined with the fact that Dan Blandino knows he's being listened to.
Yeah.
So when they send it up to the booth or whatever, it's like, I can't just fucking goof it.
I will agree with you on that for sure. That Dean/Dan, there was definitely more Dean calls than Dan calls. You know what I mean? Like he really made the game go fast. And I feel like when the officials just can like throw their hands up and be like, Dean, what do we do? And he can look at it real fast and just be like, this is what's happening, you know. Now, obviously, that's a lot easier to do when there's like one game on at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But the NFL could do that too, really, where you just have more people, like one dedicated head official per game that would sit in a booth and watch any video replay or correct the things that were, misspotted or wrong in general.
What I think a couple of things to that point as well. I think the XFL, one, the fact that they started before the USFL was very important for them. This can be, unless the USFL goes crazy, this can be a development league. They're also utilizing ideas that have been brought up in previous NFL, preseason meetings where they have all the owners meet and they talk about new rules, potentially, whatever. So they did the 4th and 15 rule, which is very fun.
I like
and
that
I
a
like that
lot.
rule. I like the fact that they do have this live kind of in the booth type of officiating. It keeps people a little bit more honest, seemingly, it could
Sure.
all be fucking rigged, who knows? But
The Rock, no.
yeah, there's no way.
He's never done steroids.
There's no way a WWE guy would ever script anything. So yeah, I mean, there's a couple of good things in this league, and I think it's pretty fun. I mean, there's a lot of defensive guys probably were put on a spotlight. I think a lot of receivers too were put on a spotlight and may make the jump when the NFL season comes around. Who knows?
I do agree that the positions most likely to get a chance based off this year would be probably a handful of receivers and either some corners and linebackers. I'll say the offensive line looked the shoddiest to me across most teams, but I think that's kind of a hard position to, like, if you're even halfway okay at offensive line, you get in the NFL. The reason you're not in the NFL as an offensive lineman or defensive lineman is because you just have no go. You have no get off. You have no foot speed or whatever you're going to argue. But which quarterback is most likely to make it? AJ could go back if he wanted to, but he quit the NFL on purpose, basically.
Well, yeah, he was saying that he had offers to be a backup, but the reason why he chose the XFL is because he wanted to have his kids see him play.
I imagine, though, that like the way this works is he could just go play backup quarterback. Like now, XFL season's over. Why not just go and pick up that paycheck in the NFL?
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to manage that if that's the case. I mean, do they care?
No,
I guess.
well, I don't think so. Obviously, I think the way the XFL works is these guys are kind of all like 1-year deals. It's not like you're signing into these guys to multi-year deals.
Sure.
As far as I can tell, that's probably not entirely true, but like, this is your team. If you make the cut, you stay on it,
Right.
But there was trades this year that really happened and guys did get cut. So, all right. In a game that only bolstered Houston's confidence, Houston Wade Phillips, 25. The Arlington added G and dropped the. Hold on, let me try again. The Arlington added G, drop the S, and watch us blow. I spelled grenade.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I dropped the G and add an N. I spelled grenade.
I believe you. I don't know what you were doing.
The Arlington don't tip our plays, even though we're hot mic'd. 9.
The Arlington see you back at the hotel Renegades.
That's way better. The Arlington, we taking the same bus or what?
Yeah, exactly. I was, but to that point too, I will say that's kind of fun. It's kind of a fun little brotherhood that they have going on.
Yeah,
That's
the Renegades are the little brother and the Roughnecks are the big brother, and they just whoop their ass.
See you at home. That's hilarious.
It'd be funny if they actually had brothers on the team.
That would be funny.
All right, the third game that meant nothing. The Defenders had already locked up the 1 seed. The Brahmas were already eliminated, but I will say respectfully, the Brahmas played football.
Hell yeah.
And they did push the Defenders to an end game scenario where they just couldn't pull it out. What was it? Oh, I was wrong. This game did matter.
Probably mattered for I guess the quote unquote tiebreaker between San Antonio and Arlington, I guess.
Yes, I was wrong. I thought the Brahmas didn't have a horse in the race. They just had to make a 53-yard field goal and they were going to the playoffs.
That's crazy.
What's crazy is they thought they would make a 53-yard field goal. I've seen these kickers.
Yeah.
Not consistent.
Oof.
Ta'amu, pretty good game again. Another interception. Ta'amu, pretty good game again running. That I cannot remember the Miami kid's name now.
D'Eriq King.
D'Eriq King. He's been getting less and less play.
And subsequently, Tom has been throwing better as the weeks have gone on. So that's interesting.
That is interesting because, I mean, he still throws in the occasional stinker of a game where he just cannot complete any passes. But I think for the most part, he has had an overall pretty good season, which, you know, I hate to say. Oh my God. Oh no. Breaking news. This is breaking news.
That's really bad for me.
Oh no. No. All right, breaking news. As reported live, it appears Jimmy Butler has hit a miracle shot to send the game to overtime, where he then subsequently pounded the Bucks, and Miami Heat has completed the 4-1 upset over the 1 seed Bucks.
That's fucked up.
You know what? I cannot wait to talk about this. You know what? Everyone's calling him like playoff Jimmy. I got a way better name.
Oh boy.
All right. So back to your regularly scheduled program. Defenders versus the Dragons. A matchup the Dragons can win because they only lost to them by 1 or 2 the last time they played. It was a great game.
1-point game last time, 4-point game the first time they played. Both games lost in the final 2 minutes
because we got Sleepy Hazlitt out there.
Yeah, Sleepy George Washington lookalike Jim Hazlitt. And
you think he looks like George Washington?
Have you seen the like modern day George Washington? And it looks like looks like Jim Hazlitt.
I don't think I've seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Okay, yeah, take a look at that.
Production guy, pull that up. That's me.
Yeah, exactly. Put it on the screen. So I really would have loved to see the Defenders lose. It would have been awesome for San Antonio. I'm sure The Rock was screaming at the rest of the XFL executives to say, put my team in.
Yeah, instead of that 53-yarder, he was probably supposed to kick a 43-yarder, and they screwed it up.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for, I guess, the first playoffs of the XFL. Should be exciting.
Very fun.
This game, not all that. I mean, it was a good game. It just kind of is not as exciting because there was nothing on the line for the Defenders.
Yeah, they would have been at the number 1 seed regardless. So
all right.
Oh yes, I'm ringing her in.
Well, if you want to do your Dragons?
No, I'll do this.
Okay. Tough.
The DC defending the 1 spot Defenders with 29, and the San Antonio smelling what The Rock is cooking Brahma Bulls with 28. Shout out to Hines Ward. What snacks did he
bring?
So last time it was Rice Krispies and Pacific Cooler Capri Sun.
The only good flavor, correct.
This time it was 4 Locos. And
what about like Gushers?
Oh, got 4 Locos and Gushers?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I like that. I like 4 Locos, any flavor, pick a flavor. Yeah. They had the whole gamut. And
maybe they got the can that like coordinates to their team colors.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, that one's gross.
Yeah.
And then
just like think of when we would drink those and like you just have like a almost like Vietnam flashback to like, oh my God, those were so terrible.
flavored malt liquor is the worst fucking thing in the world. I don't know what we were doing. Well, we were poor.
Yeah.
So there
Well,
you
when
go.
$2 could get you ripped.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Before inflation, huh?
Yeah, inflation screwed Four Loko. They're coming back though, right?
Yeah, but also, I don't know if we owe the world an apology for ruining Four Loko, or if Four Loko should have never existed the way it did in the first place. But Pullman got that shit changed.
Oh no, it was actually Central. It was,
Was it?
Yeah, where those kids died.
Out in the woods. Yeah, that was a crazy story.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, but yeah, Washington's fucking terrible.
We ruined them.
Yeah.
We couldn't handle the juice.
Party state for sure.
Shouts out John Kidna, the pride of Central Washington.
Isn't his son in some sort of legal troubles right now?
Yes. For like, I don't, what was it? I think, allegedly. This is all allegedly. So get off my back. The best I can do is report that I think he got caught with like child porn or something.
Yeah, so I think if I remember correctly, it was nudes of a girl that he slept with when he was in college, and she was either 16 or 17.
That's right. Yeah.
And
bad, man.
oh no, actually, no, I'm completely wrong. No, it was like 2,000 plus pictures and video. I remember.
Yes.
Yep. So it was random people.
But remember, he said, on my laptop.
It's Hunter Biden's laptop. It just ended up in my house. I don't know.
He goes, that's not mine. Like, well, who's it? He goes, my dad's.
That's an all-time move. Though.
Yeah, just blame your dad at the very end. You can't trust a John that spells his name without an H.
Oh man, good take. Yes, very good take. There's something going on there.
Yeah, watch that family.
Also,
especially him.
On top of that, too, not only can you not trust somebody that's John without an H, if they just go by John, if they're not Jonathan, you can't trust them either.
Good call.
You can't trust them.
Do you think people ever called him JK?
No.
He's definitely not cool enough.
I don't.
He's probably also never said anything funny in his life.
Damn.
Would you rather? All right, this is the last bit. Would you rather have the pride of your school be John Gitna, or would you rather have it be your mortal enemy?
Tommy Morris?
No. Not Skip. Colin Cowherd.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
John Kitna.
Okay.
Dad, right? Not the son.
Of course.
Scumbag son. Okay.
Yeah, no, of course.
1,000%. I hate Colin Cowherd.
Pride of Eastern Washington.
Coming for you, Colin.
There's two. There's like one like plaque or something for him. There's one too many, if we're being honest.
Yeah, communications building. You were all up in that.
I was in there constantly, so saw it a lot. Read it. Cool. I don't hate him as much as you do. Sometimes I think he's like, when he's hot, he's hot. That's all there is to it. Oops.
I just fucking hate his takes are bad most of the time.
Did you see JJ Redick get into it with Stephen A?
I did. Tell him you've never played high level basketball, buddy.
That's an all-time quote. And also, Stephen A, that's so disingenuous to be like, the Clippers should force Kawhi to retire. ESPN should force you to retire, brother.
What an insane take there, huh?
All right, game of the day.
Huge.
Game of the weekend.
So fun.
Vegas Vipers stank. The Dragons, good. And I've always said, Dragons, that's my team.
He's always said it.
I've always said it. I don't think there's any bit of audio to contradict that anywhere.
Yeah, don't look into it, but he's always said it.
Always said it.
Trust and also don't verify. I will let you say that about the Dragons. Hometown team, we love it.
Yeah, I mean, what a cool story they had too, where the beginning of the season was rough, and then they just won like 6 of the last 7 games.
It's awesome.
Boom, 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 boom. We're going. The only loss they took in the second half was to the Defenders.
Yeah, by 1 point.
So they've been hot for a while.
Arguably the best offense too, no matter what people say. That receiving core is just awesome. They got to use Josh Gordon a lot more though. 3 straight plays, first offensive possession. Gordon, first down. If you pass it to him 15 times a game, you're going to score 2 touchdowns and 120 yards.
I mean, it is very crazy. You texting me being like, oh, they're throwing it to Gordon today. And I'm like, they should always throw it to him. 9 catches, 115 yards. He could do that probably against anybody. I mean, he could against anybody. Don't forget, he's not just an ex-car salesman. He's an ex-all-pro.
Yeah. Yeah, all pro for sure.
I bet he's slaying cars, though, mad easy.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a job you can do under the influence.
Probably even better. You want to test drive?
You're gonna have to test drive this because I can't drive. This was just a really fun game to watch. It started super slow, but that defense was awesome.
Yes,
they were playing like there must have been an awesome pregame speech by the coaching staff or something because they were playing possessed.
They were flying around.
Yeah, it was cool.
And as always, Ben DiNucci does not disappoint. He will deliver that interception in the red zone.
Oh, so yes.
That's a classic.
Agreed. Yeah, probably a red zone interception a game, which is hilarious.
He has so many interceptions. He threw another 2. I mean, whatever. His thing is like the offense goes fast and sometimes they go long. It happens.
Well, here's my theory on the Nooch.
All right, what do we got?
He goes crazy in the open field. So I'm talking about between the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
He goes crazy, and he can go crazy like that.
Yeah,
because his receivers can get distance and they can get open. But once you shorten the field to 20, 30 yards, he's, I don't know what to do.
You're right.
And hucking it. And that's why he has so many red zone interceptions.
I will also say, though, I think Seattle, and there's no way I can verify this other than like from what I've watched and how my heart feels. I feel like they have like some of the maybe the most big play touchdowns throughout the season. Like they get a lot of 20, 30 plus yard TDs.
Yeah.
I mean, even last week when they were playing the Battle Hawks, they should have been, I think, like 2 or 3 over 40 yards. One of them got called back. It was like a 60 whatever yarder that there was a bad block on. But when those wide receivers start going, they're going.
And in classic Seattle football fashion, probably the most penalized team in the league.
Love it.
Those offensive linemen can't stop jumping. It's goofy.
I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm very excited. Why get even when you can get revenge? We take out the Defenders next week.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times, right? That's the classic.
Everyone says it. Age-old
adage. And they only lost by 5 combined points. I say this is as good of a time as any to beat those Defenders.
It's going to be a tough game. Sea Dragons, firm handshakes. Moving on.
Love
it. We'll ring this one up. The Vipers didn't do anything this game. They just like showed up and participated.
Yeah, good for them.
Clap, clap, clap. Say something nice about the Vipers. I think they let 3 people play quarterback this year.
That's fun. Everybody gets a chance.
Yes.
Say something nice about the Vipers. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to burp at the Vipers.
It's a little disrespectful. The Vegas eating our own tails Vipers 9, and the Seattle on to the next Dragons 28.
Love it. Let's win this week. weekend.
All right, here's your bonus round. XFL playoff predictions go.
Ooh, okay. Seattle, get that dub, baby. Let's go.
Couldn't agree more.
Roughnecks, you should probably win this one.
I'm hoping.
Seattle and the Roughnecks in the championship.
Let's not,
Oof.
don't give anything away.
Okay.
Next week.
Okay. Yes,
Next
we'll
week.
wait. We'll wait.
It might be obvious what you think we're gonna do, but if it's not the matchup we want, we're gonna have to do some in-depth analysis. All right.
If the Roughnecks have a crazy playoff game this weekend,
I know.
it might be an interesting call. You may not expect it. Tune in.
Tune in. That was a good XFL weekend. I like that for us.
It's fun. Go Seattle.
And I'll say this because I tried to watch some USFL. For whatever reason, not nearly as fun. And the teams that are good are just way, way better than the bad teams.
Yeah.
And the teams that are bad are so uncoordinated and look like a high school JV. It's awful. So I could care less. And again, second week in a row of me not seeing a single like USFL promo.
Yeah, they're not doing very good on their ads.
I'm on the internet. I'm on sports websites all the time. I'm on YouTube all the time. I've not seen one sports thing pushed at me from the USFL, but I've seen it from every other league. So maybe they just know I'm an XFL man.
One fun thing about the USFL, not to get on too big of a tangent, but one fun thing that I saw, and this could be true, this could not be.
Okay.
The New Orleans team, the
Breakers,
the Stormbreaker, well, yeah, the Breakers.
Oh, the Stormbreakers would be such a good name. I don't know if Marvel owns that.
Were apparently supposed to be a Portland team.
Really?
Apparently, but maybe that market is just not very good.
Shocking.
In fact, I could almost guarantee it's not very good.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness. So we're watching the
Jimmy Butler tying it
playoff
up.
Jimmy go crazy.
A sideline lob where he jumps with one hand and just tosses it up and in.
Beautiful.
He's unbelievable. Let's get right into it. NBA playoffs.
Let's make it happen, Kevin.
My bracket is my champion's out. I'm just gonna level with you. I have some bad luck. I did say the other day, this is the death of the Bucks. They are not gonna. I don't want to hear you talk about the Bucks competing for shit for the next 20 years.
Ooh.
Giannis thought about retiring 3 years ago. He's gonna retire in 2 years now. This is absurd. So
as a Buck?
Yeah, he'll retire as a Buck.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's true, but it feels like it should be. This is what Jimmy Butler does every year in the playoffs. And they're calling him Playoff Jimmy, and he's the guy. You know what he is? From Better Call Saul. He's slipping Jimmy. He's scamming the shit out of the NBA during the regular season. And then he gets here and he's currently in the playoffs, he's the best player. And I don't even think it's close.
He's wild. He's fun to watch.
He goes for 56 the other night. He goes for 42 tonight. He is dragging the Heat, dragging them to every win. And now the Heat are also contributing in a lot of interesting ways too, though. Like defensively, they were a problem for the Bucks in 2 of the games. So I don't know how long this run gets to go, but I like it. It screws me, but I like it.
They're fun to watch. And I think severely underestimated by everybody in the league. Like you said, they're kind of fleecing the NBA right now and how good they are.
They I mean, them losing Hero in the play-in.
Oh yeah.
Well,
don't matter.
That was part of Jimmy's master plan. Because if your best I don't even know if he's their best. He's a noted spot up 3-point guy. Well, now Jimmy just got to shoot more threes and get more 40-point games. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy said, hey, even if you do get better, just consider. Don't come back.
Okay.
This was a crazy series. And to be honest, the Bucks didn't put up a fight in 2 of the games. Game 1, I don't think they fought very hard. And game 3, they got blown out by 22. I mean, technically in game 2, they really played hard and killed the Heat, and that was their best effort.
Yeah.
I think in game 3, was it game 4? Let's just look real fast. Yeah, game 4. This is an unbelievable loss for them. Brook Lopez, remember me? I'm the other Lopez. He scored 36 points and they lost.
Stud.
Nobody on that team helps them. Chris Middleton, watch list. He is not played well. Is that Grayson Allen on their team? Yikes.
Yep.
Watch list. He's terrible anyway. So firm handshakes to the Heat. They are out of control. Jimmy Butler, all-time playoff hero.
Love it.
Let's go to the next series that is over. Cleveland, New York. I will put my hand up on this one. I'm not going to put my hand up on the Bucks Heat. I can't control what Jimmy Butler does. I can control how I perceive the Cavaliers. I thought they were too young, and I should have gone with that, but they were clearly outclassed. And I don't even think the Knicks had Julius Randle play that well.
Well, he got injured in this game.
Right.
And had to go out, and he might be out.
That would be bad.
That would not bode well for them in the next series.
I like him.
Yeah, Julius Randle is definitely one of my favorite players playing right now.
I mean, you brought it up. The curse of LA, he just had to leave and then he was good.
Yeah. Maybe he's not the problem.
Shocking, huh? So this series was not really ever close either. It was basically the Knicks by double digits every game. So Donovan Mitchell, not enough for the Cavs, but the Cavs also have like not a great second option, if we're being like completely honest. Who do you have for them as their second? Garland? He's their second option. He's good. Not great, but he's good. Obi Toppin playing for the Knicks.
Love that.
Ain't no stopping.
That's a good one.
Well, I didn't come up with it.
Oh, well, we'll let you claim it.
I will not.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think the Knicks, like you said, just kind of outclassed the Cavs, but they are young. They have, if they can keep that team together, they got some good potential next year and in the future.
I agree. I mean, a 50-win season for the Cavs post LeBron, that city's probably very excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
The Knicks are hot, though. And sometimes that's all that matters in the NBA playoffs. I mean, the Heat just proved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just get hot and rip it. What's another good series? What series do you want to talk about? Let's do Atlanta Boston real fast, because this makes me laugh. I knew Boston was Boston soft. They're Charmin soft. The Atlanta Hawks are unquestionably the worst team in the playoffs. It is not even close. And Boston just finds ways to not win because they don't like winning. Trae Young, still very good, obviously, but the Celtics are in trouble because you know who's not playing like garbage? The 76ers.
Mm,
And I think the Sixers could get them.
okay.
And I think they will get them. I'll go a step further and I'll say the Sixers will get Boston.
I don't like that, but that's fine.
This series should have been over a while ago.
Yeah, but it makes for good TV.
Yep. So what is today? Wednesday? They'll play again Friday, I assume. Saturday, maybe.
Maybe they play tomorrow. Who knows?
Oh, they should play tomorrow, right?
Yeah, 'cause
You're
they
right.
played
You're right.
yesterday.
Yeah. They will play tomorrow. Good for them. If Atlanta wins that game and it goes game 7 in Boston,
Mhm.
hammer. I mean, hammer the Hawks to win that.
Okay.
The game 6 is do or die for the Celtics, because when that moment gets bigger and bigger and bigger, they will run and they will hide. They are the most loser basketball team.
Mm.
Jaylen Brown out after this year, and then you'll have your all coveted MVP Tatum, right?
Yeah, you hate the Celtics, you hate Tatum. I think they can still go all the way, but who knows? Anything could happen.
Brother, he went 1 for 10 from 3-point.
Love it. You got to make one.
I hope he was 0 for 9. I was like, just one more, coach. I just need one more.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he cost them this game.
Sure. Old man Horford get some quality minutes in.
I cannot believe he still is. Al Horford was on the court for 33 minutes and shot the ball 5 times. His only made basket was a 3.
We love that.
I liked Al Horford better when he was a Hawk.
Revenge game.
All right. Other series that has closed out, right? Denver, Minnesota. This was not surprising. Minnesota's pretty bad. What is surprising is none of them got ejected and there was no more team fights. Shocking.
Nice.
A little disappointed. Would have loved to have seen a Rudy Gobert like stranglehold. And again, I have truly forgotten Anderson.
Just play defense, dude. Don't even shoot it.
Chill out. What you shooting for?
For real.
Stop that. Your team is only down 4. Oh, wait. He missed again. And now the lead has ballooned. Somebody else, please take the shots. This guy can't make it, Ray. And I lost the plot there, but
Oh man, that was beautiful.
why do you have to go and make things so complicated?
Who knows?
Nuggets, I like how they're playing. They're a good team. I think they play maybe the best team basketball. They kind of feel old school in that way, where their best player, Jokic, can score and can do all the things you want him to do, but he's also an incredible facilitator and for his size controls the game offensively and defensively. So I like him. And Anthony Edwards got immediately indicted after the game ended.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're throwing chairs around, I guess.
Yeah, 3rd-degree assault.
That's so
For winging a chair that I don't know how hard you throw this, or if he was playing like bowling with staff members, he hit 2 people with the same chair on one throw. That's, you know what? That's some Bobby Knight shit.
If you're gonna hire a hitman in the NBA, you want to hire Anthony Edwards because he can obviously 2-for-1 special.
2-for-1 special. So I'm talking just to those employees now. Did it barely get you? Is this like a We faking it because I'm ready to help. Here's what you're going to do. Wherever that chair hit you, immediately go out and get a back brace. Say, I can't possibly work in that building because of emotional stress. Because I don't know,
Yep.
I don't know who's going to be throwing more stray chairs at me.
Yep.
Okay.
Like it.
And then when you get this thing to like a civil suit, make sure that you both are very individual and this is not like a team effort. And both of you ask for like 100 times your salary.
Love it.
Okay,
Good call.
now this is for everybody else. What a scumbag. Why are you throwing chairs, dude?
He's sad. Let him be sad.
The worst thing I ever did was kick a ball at a park. And then I felt bad because I had to go get it. Wish I had so much money I could just punt a ball and not go get it. We played a church league game one time and a guy kicked the ball off the wall and he was too close to the wall. It banged the wall, came back, clocked him in the head. Instant karma. It folded him. It was maybe the funniest kick I've ever seen.
That is very good. I like that.
So, hey, good job, Nuggets. On to the next. And speaking of on to the next, Chris Paul advances. Playoff Chris. He's back.
Hell yeah. Go Suns.
Devin Booker and KD. Hey, look, who would have guessed? Working out pretty well. And apparently they beat the Clippers so badly that they have caused Stephen A to whine and bitch that Kawhi, who it sounds like he tore his meniscus.
Yes.
Out
for the year.
Well, good for him. The year's over. Are we talking next year too? Because
we might be.
Thomas said this before. Kawhi is super good at basketball when he's not hurt, and you don't ever know if he's not hurt. He will play when he wants to, and if he doesn't want to play, I think it's injury time. Now this is a real injury. Sometimes it's just like I hurt my foot trying to rehab my elbow. You know, it's like, yeah, I get it. You didn't want to play Kawhi. It's fine, but I still think he'll always be one of my favorite players of like the 2010s.
It's great. It's great to have the Suns advance. Them's my boys.
I do have them in the finals.
I need to take off my sweatshirt.
All right, it's hot, huh?
It's hot.
That's because we're cooking, baby.
Woo!
I'll say this. It surprises me that this series went 4-1. It does not surprise me that the Suns won. But then again, the Clippers did not have playoff P, Paul George. What if you got all the guys that were like really good in the playoffs on one team?
Wouldn't that be something?
I think that'd be called
super team.
A super team.
Wow.
But you could have like playoff P and big game J. That's what I'm gonna call him. That sounds cool.
All right.
I'm trying to think of who else you'd put on the team. You don't really need anybody else. They were. I was listening to, pardon my take, and they were talking about like, LeBron's like the first Laker since Shaq in the playoffs to get like a 2020 game. We'll transition this into the Lakers now, where he had 20 points, 20 rebounds. And they were talking about it like, yeah, Shaq didn't just do 20 and 20. Shaq 4 times, I think it was, went 40 and 20. Unbelievable. Don't ever forget how dominant Shaq truly was. Unbelievable. So, excuse me. We'll just move right into the Lakers here. This was pivotal for the Grizzlies. I'm disappointed they're not going to win this series, but at least they came to play today. If you want to be the bad guy, I love being the bad guy. If you want to be the bad guy, be the bad guy, dude. Dylan Brooks, do not, if I ever catch you crying again, oh, they made me the bad guy. Oh, I'm just a nice guy. Oh, if I ever catch you just whining and not actually owning being the bad dude, being the bad guy rules. King of jail. Be king of jail. Fight anyone for any reason. Play tough defense, which is basically all you're good for. But if you ever get that soft again, check your DMs. I'm challenging you to one-on-one at the park because I got a chance to just scorch you again.
Tell him.
No one ever beats me at the park.
Nobody. King of the Grove for a reason.
You think you're the only one that grew up playing ball in the driveway where your dad says, "Hey, I didn't see the ref. I didn't hear a whistle." I think I could take him at the park. I really do.
You might be projecting a little bit.
I don't think
about
so.
Your childhood.
I might be. How big is he?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that he's been a bitch.
It's like 3 inches taller than me. I could whoop his ass at the park. He doesn't know about the fundamentals of outdoor play. I guarantee you that.
No.
I might even just jam on him one time for good measure. However, come July, we're doing a 3-on-3 tournament. You are welcome to join my team and prove otherwise. I need a nasty defender.
Yeah, we won't hate you then. So come on down.
No, I'll still.
Oh,
yeah, no.
Fair enough.
The Lakers are playing surprisingly well. Didn't think they had it in them, but I was wrong. I don't want to hear no more about this championship run nonsense, but they're definitely outperforming what I suspected.
Hell yeah.
The
NBA will find a way for them to advance.
They will. Grizzlies are dead. They're dead in the water, but way to fight tonight. Good job. Firm handshake. All right, let's do hockey talk.
All right.
Real fast. Hand up. We were happy that the Kraken made the playoff and said they would be out in 4 or 5. We're heading into game 6 with a 3-2 series lead. So
love it.
Panic button in Colorado, yes or no?
Yes. Defending champs, on the ropes against a team that's only been around for 2 seasons.
Big time
It's panic. I would say it's big time panic.
Okay, let me present you another panic button situation. You're the Boston Bruins, and you are leading the Florida Panthers 3-2 in the series, but the Panthers just won today. Panic or no panic?
None.
Okay.
I don't think. I think Boston is too good. I think they're going to pull it out in the end. They'll probably win the next. I will put my hand up here. When I tuned into the Kraken game on Monday, that's when it was 2-0, and that's when Colorado started to score. So I stopped watching in the third period, and then we won. So there we go.
So you get the good fan of the week award.
I think so.
All right. I like that. You knew what you had to do. That was crazy because that game went into overtime.
Yes.
And I was sitting here talking to Kyler. I was watching it. And I said, dude, it's been like an hour, a physical hour of hockey since the Kraken have scored. And we're tied. That's crazy.
Love it.
Because goals. I love goals. Goals everywhere. One more brief shout out to hockey because I don't really have much more. That Edmonton LA game yesterday, every time I looked away from the screen, they scored. Every time. I did not see one of the 9 goals go in. And I watched the majority of that game. So I'm cursed to not see hockey goals.
It happens.
Hockey team names are so cool.
Yeah. I used to love the Jets before the Kraken were a thing. Just because of the Jets.
Which version of them?
Just any version.
The Winnipeg?
Winnipeg, but
the real Jets?
The New York Jets?
No. Well, yeah, the Canadian Jets, eh? Do you think they do the JETS chant?
Jets, that might be trademarked. Who knows?
Well, you can't stop people from yelling letters.
Well, in this day and age.
All right. Transition. Jets football.
Oh, yeah. Big time trade news. That's not really big time trade news because we knew it was going to fucking happen.
Well, I was 50-50 on retirement or a Jet player.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers got such a good deal out of that, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to watch the draft, though. Get a little live commentary going. I think that the Rams might trade up and in. That's just wishful thinking. They're surely not going to do that.
If they do that, then the salary cap doesn't fucking matter. The numbers are just numbers, and it doesn't fucking matter. They can.
Well, I mean, on the rookie deal, you're not paying those guys anything anyway.
Sure,
but I'm excited for the draft tomorrow.
Me too. First time in a long time.
5 quarterbacks in the first round.
Maybe.
You and I should figure out how to take that cognition test.
The S2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know.
We should figure out how to take every test for every sport.
That could be fun. That could be a fun little segment.
Yeah. Or we just call it The Boys Do Tests.
Are you smarter than a professional league player?
Testing positive.
Or smartness.
Yes.
I'm smart.
So that'll be fun tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be I'm in your best guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first tell me how do you feel about Geno for more than 1 year?
I like it.
Okay. Which then leads me to, what do you think you guys will do, Seattle, with the 5?
Well, by he, I mean Pete Carroll was interviewed because he was at the Kraken game, I think on Monday.
Of course he was.
And he was interviewed a little bit, and the guy asked him about, are you, I know you guys are committed to Geno, you believe in him, but are you guys still excited about any of the quarterback prospects in the draft? And he said, yeah, there's 3 or 4 guys that we're looking into, and we would love to try to have them. I mean, they got the 5 and the 20, right? So who knows?
Yeah. Tomorrow's a big day for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? 2024 draft, Rams are back in the first round, baby. I haven't seen a draft since I was. How would you make this a Bane quote? The first time I saw a first round draft, I was already a man. By then, it was nothing.
You were molded by the draft.
I was molded by free agency. Born in it.
That's a good Bane quote.
Fuck them picks.
We like it.
I wish I could do any sort of impression of anything.
You're doing good.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Do you remember the Halloween party in Genie when we were at the bar and fucking Bane was pissing next to you in the bathroom?
No.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dude, I don't remember much of that stuff.
That was the same time that guy from under the stall asked if you wanted to come in.
Dude, we're going to have to hash those out and maybe tune in next week for Sean Tries to Remember the drunken stupor that was college.
We unrepressed.
Oh, man.
That Bane was scary. I bumped into him. He wasn't very tall, but he had the full like tech vest on and the crazy mask. And he goes, I don't know if it was actually just Tom Hardy under there or not. The voice was crazy. It sounded just like Bane, and he said, "You do not want to do this." I said, "You're damn right I don't. Get me the fuck
I'm
out
out.
of here."
See ya. That's crazy.
I should have just yelled at Batman and run away.
There you go. Yeah, I don't remember that, but thank you for reminding me. We'll figure it out. We'll work on it.
Sure.
We'll get there.
Uh,
We'll get there.
Free think. Oh, update. We need like an intro song. It's like, where are they? Like a car in San Diego. Where in the world is Bill Goldberg?
Yes,
Update.
he's alive.
Update ended. No. So there was a brief rumor over the past 2 months that he was going to do a retirement wrestling tour. Brother, he's 55. I don't know if he still got any jackhammers left in him.
You're probably right.
Probably got a few spears.
Yeah, all I did was just look into one, is he alive? Yes, that is the answer. And then if I remember correctly, he has a racing league, or he races in a race. I don't know
Here's what he's not doing. He's not selling weird products.
yet.
Yeah, I mean, if there was like if he had like one piece of workout equipment that was like Bill Goldberg's like trap and buy pogo stick or something, I don't know. I would buy it.
Let's buy it and let's try it out. Let's call him, tell him to invent
Make
it.
and then we can buy it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's smart. I've said this for years. I've always said this to be true. When Edge is ready to retire, they should have Goldberg come back, and the way they retire both simultaneously is they do a head-on-head spear. They spear each other both directly top of the head.
It's good.
And then you just go, oh, they suffered massive brain damage, but they probably actually did, so it'd be very entertaining. Okay. I'm mad at the Mariners bullpen. That's where my baseball thought was.
Mariner Minute.
Mariner Minute. I love the Mariner Minute. Kellenic.
Awesome.
The standout Mariner of the year.
Crazy.
I am not mad at Teoscar anymore because he's hitting a bunch of home runs.
Teoscar is awesome.
Colton Wong, I don't like him.
Why did we do that?
He got a hit the other day and raised his batting average by like 30 points and was then batting like 103 or something. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Robbie Ray, what an impossibly bad investment. This is the Mariners trading for Eric Bedard all over again. Do not trade. If you are the Mariners, do not trade for any more Cy Youngs. I am done with them. They're garbage when they come to Seattle.
Yep.
So JP is still JP.
Not PP anymore.
Nope, he's still JP. He's having a good start to the year. As of recording this, he hit a grand slam today.
Nice.
And Brett said he was going to hit a home run 2 days ago. And when he did, he said, put him in the he's due bin. And then he did it today. So
hell yeah.
I like that.
That is good.
Do you have any thoughts on the Mariners?
I just want to get above 500. If we can do that, that would be nice.
Couldn't agree more, Boom.
Yeah. But I mean, if we really want to think about it as fans of this team, you know, and I've been the fan of this team my entire life. That's the only baseball team I've known. This is kind of almost always how it starts out. We don't always come out hot. We usually kind of skid into the All-Star break, and then we figure it out from there.
People are asking, do we need to start a fist fight with the Angels early this year?
Yes.
And when do we get to play the Oakland A's?
Hopefully soon. Get right games.
I want to know next week, next episode, I'm going to provide an update on the Oakland Possum. I'm still tracking him. I love this story. I think it's very funny.
What's his name?
Well, we should name him.
Yeah.
What do you name a possum? What if we just remember the Little League kid? Hi, my name's Big Al.
Yeah.
That's Big Al the Possum.
Big Al the Possum.
Big A.
Locking it down.
As my friends call me.
Visiting team.
Get
Can't
fucked.
use the broadcast booth. Sorry.
It's crazy. Still, fan night stands. Whichever fan can bonesaw him for 3 minutes in that booth gets season tickets for the last season.
Not only that, but we will give you the right, having no affiliation with the A's, to use that broadcast booth.
You win it.
Yeah.
Okay. Deal. Send us a video of you getting in there and fighting the possum, and we will award you that booth. No questions asked. And if security tries to tell you that it's not yours, you say that's not true, and then don't tell them we said it.
Disclaimer: Cottonwood Media does not bear any responsibility for any injuries sustained during said event.
Smart. Good call. Disclaimer part 2, I'm rooting for that possum.
Disclaimer part 3: rabies is really bad, folks.
If you're gonna get bit, try to get bit like below the neck.
Yeah, don't get bit on the head.
Yeah, you don't got much time then. If you get bit in the leg, it's going to take weeks before you die. So you'll have plenty of time to get to the hospital and get the rabies vaccine. Rabies, no more.
That is the Dr. Sandy G seal of approval.
Okay, thank you. Well, we haven't done a good doctor segment in a while, but we should. I might just put together a package of sports injuries and make you explain them.
I love it.
Okay,
I would love doing that.
you'll have no idea what they're going to be ahead of time, and you just gotta.
Oh, on the spot.
Yeah,
Damn,
we'll put you to the absolute test.
that's crazy. I'll do it. I'll do it for the brand. That was your Mariner and Oakland A minute.
Shuts out.
Oakland Possum minute.
All right, you want to do just any free thoughts, any last minute pickups, cleanups, drop downs, dunk ons? I learned today that Jackass star Bam Margera has a brother.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
Jesse.
Yeah, very regular guy.
Yeah, he was or is in a band, CKY.
Oh, that's his band? Wow, okay.
Pretty big when we were younger.
Yeah,
Tony Hawk,
I
Pro
remember.
Skater.
Yeah, oh, classic.
Good songs there.
Sad news though, he is on the run.
Yeah, he needs to get it figured out. Bam, just stop drinking, buddy.
Yeah, that would help.
Take a little bit of a break.
Wasting away again in Margaritaville.
What else is going on around town? Vince McMahon, just a little tiny bit of advice. Stop doing what you're doing, buddy.
Have we excuse me, have we gotten an updated picture of him? Does he still look like imposter Vince McMahon?
As allegations continue to arise, he will become more and more tan skin, and the mustache will be thinner and thinner as time goes on.
Well, soon enough, you won't even know it's him. His plan is working.
It will be Vincenzo instead of Vince.
Make his last name different.
I don't know about that one.
That's pretty specific to
Vincenzo Mamajama.
Vincenzo Manamana.
There you
go. It's me, McMahon. I got a thin mustache and you don't know it's me. I'm going down to Mexico where I can be free.
Love that. Live streaming draft tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
XFL playoff recap over the weekend. Probably some more playoff stuff. NHL, NBA.
And you're going to eat hot jelly beans.
Oh, yes. So instead of packing a million Zins in my mouth, I will be eating the hottest jelly bean known to man.
Well, let's not get carried away here.
There are multiple hot jelly.
There you go. The hottest multiple jelly beans anyone's ever eaten. I'll agree to that.
I think there's like 8 of them, and I will die.
I ate one and I almost threw up. So good luck. Just kidding. When you offered me this deal, there's no way I was going to turn this one down.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it.
We're gonna have to regroup the crew here, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do another episode of Split Wood because I know that the boys got a lot of baseball in them.
We do.
But hey, we've been doing great here.
Fairly consistent for the most part.
You're the best on the mic. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Now, say something nice about my good friend to the left over here. This guy is the glue that keeps the Sunday Scaries alive. He keeps splitting that wood for his boys back home.
Yeah, stop saying it like that.
He loves splitting his boys' wood.
You were saying something nice there, and then it turned out to be not nice.
But it's been good. We've been keeping it up. Playoffs are alive. Sports are alive.
It feels great. We're rolling downhill, right? And
in the good way.
Yeah, full steam ahead.
Hell yeah.
Let's do a fake ad read. Those seem fun. Let's just do one of those. Give potential suitors a taste of what they're missing.
Okay. This episode could have been sponsored by
Do that tape measure, baby.
could have been sponsored by Durabuilt.
When you need to measure your dick, this thing's the perfect size. Trust me.
12 feet. Too bad I need 13. Durabuilt. High performance tape measures. Measure your dick or else.
Unbelievable.
These people don't know what they're missing, man.
Who does Durabuilt have stock? Because I'm about to buy some.
I would. Shout out to Durabuilt.
That stock price shooting up like yeah, well, you know.
It's only up from here.
It's only up from here, baby. Firm handshakes to all the listeners. You guys rule. Till next time. See ya.
Love you guys.